Mr. Earl Simmons, better known as DMX, is currently in a critical condition due to a drug overdose. I, like many people, I am a big fan of DMX. I actually met him once. I talked to him for a while. We hung out, We hung out. He is a very, extraordinary man, very powerful man. I got the news this morning that he was in critical condition, and when I heard it, I was like, man. And it's crazy because as a person who suffers from substance abuse issues, substance addiction issues, I totally relate to his fight, his struggle with it. I always related to the song Slippin'. I always related to many of his introspective songs that really talked about how he felt with his struggles, what he's going through. And today actually makes a week that I have been sober and clean. Today makes a week I've been sober and clean. So when I got the news this morning that DMX is suffering from an overdose, a critical condition, it was kind of bittersweet. Because I woke up this morning like, damn, I've been sober and clean for a week. I ain't had one drop of alcohol. I ain't had no, hard drugs. Mind you, marijuana. I do not consider marijuana a drug, okay? So I have been sober and clean for a week. And my thing is, whenever I do get sober and clean, I don't ever tell people I'm quitting forever. I don't really tell people, I just do it. I go on little detoxes periodically. Might be weeks, might be months, might be a year. God spare life. But with the DMX situation, it got me to thinking, and in my train of thought, somewhere in my train of thought, a word came to me, and that word was self-sabotage is the cousin to suicide. If sleep is the cousin to death, self-sabotage is the cousin to suicide. What I'm saying by that is, like, whenever someone commits suicide, people be like, they so selfish, they going to hell, whoop-de-woo, how could they do that? That's a cowardly move. Well, I'm here to say, if you're not living your potential, if you're not walking in your purpose, if you ain't fulfilling your destiny, then you are self-sabotaging, and you are no different than a person who commits suicide. You have no reason, no right to talk about someone who commits suicide. I never was one of those people who would say a person who committed suicide is going to hell. I don't even believe that. You know what I mean? I don't look at them as they are cowards. I always sympathize with them. I always wonder what it was that would cause them to terminate their own life. And then on a deeper level, you got so many people walking around living mediocre lives, caught up in a rat race, not doing shit, not accomplishing anything, and got the nerve to talk about someone who commits suicide. You really no different, because you wasting your life. How selfish are you not to be not to be facetious, or not to be condescending or judgmental, as those people who say that a person who commits suicide is a coward or they going to hell. I'm just putting it on the table that if you are not walking in your purpose, if you are self-sabotaging, you ain't no different than a person who commits suicide. Personally, throughout my life, I know there's far more things that I could have accomplished. I know I self-sabotage with my drug use. I know I've self-sabotaged with my alcoholism. I know I've self-sabotaged with not fulfilling my purpose. I know I've done that. And those are sins I have to atone for personally. Now, I charge anyone, I challenge anyone out there who's listening to me to do a evaluation, a self-analysis, and ask yourself, have you been doing everything that you need to do to fulfill your purpose? Have you been self-sabotaging? If so, you have no reason, you have no right to look down on someone who may OD, who may struggle with drug addiction, who may commit suicide. You don't know they struggle. If I see a person in the street who I know is very, very talented, that's the thing with DMX. We all know he's talented. We all know he's super talented. I know personally that he's super powerful. I've heard his words, I've seen his deeds, I've seen the things that he's accomplished by performing his talent and expressing his talent. He's an amazing man. You can't take that from him. Another thing I know about DMX, a lot of his drug addiction and stuff, people always say, oh, his mental exposed him to crack. But if you look back on DMX's documentaries, if you read his autobiography, as I have, you will see that when he went to juvenile detention when he was 11, 12 years old, his mother left him. His mother left him. His own mother abandoned him. His mother abandoned him at a tender age. Now, when a child has no father, has no mother, they often seek love. And DMX, he found that love in the form of dogs, in the form of reading, in the form of his spirituality, and later in the form of drugs. But the root cause of all his struggles came from his mother abandoning him. Period. See, people often overlook toxic motherhood, especially in the black community. But I digress. That's not a topic I really want to dive into right now in this live. But all I'm gonna say is, it's tragic that this man is suffering from this critical condition due to an overdose. But before you judge, before you criticize, before you do anything except pray for that man. Before you do anything except pray for that man. After you pray for that man, look in the mirror and ask yourself, are you fulfilling your purpose? Are you self-sabotaging? As of right now, as of today, as in this moment, I've done something. I just made a live that was expressing my thoughts, expressing how I feel. And I'm satisfied with that. Peace.